All right, we have some more details about Dianne Feinstein, oldest serving member of the Senate currently, who is in very poor health, who is facing calls to resign, who is clearly unable to really perform the very basics of her job. There has been reporting for years now about how, her memory has been fading as she ages and how she's been in decline. That appeared to have been accelerated by this bout of shingles that they had previously acknowledged there were some complications with. Well, we are getting a sense now of exactly what those complications were, and they are quite dire. Let's put this up on the screen from the BBC. Senator Dianne Feinstein suffered brain inflammation as a complication of shingles. She had encephalitis. She contracted encephalitis. That is a type of brain inflammation. She also developed Ramsay-Hunt syndrome that can cause that facial paralysis that you are seeing there. They put out a statement that the encephalitis, I'm talking about Feinstein's office, the encephalitis resolved itself, but she continues to deal with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. Let me just read you a little bit of this article so that you can see the technical medical details. She did return on May 10th after nearly 3 months of absence. She'd been admitted to the hospital after being diagnosed with shingles in late February. Her spokesman told the BBC on Thursday that she previously disclosed she had several complications related to her shingles diagnosis, and those complications included Ramsay-Hunt syndrome and encephalitis. It continued while this encephalitis resolved itself. She still has that Ramsay-Hunt syndrome she's dealing with. Her aide's statement contradicted the senator's own remarks on Thursday. According to CNN, the network quoted Ms. Feinstein herself as denying she had encephalitis, saying, quote, "It really has never been diagnosed properly, and it was a really bad flu. It can result in symptoms including personality changes, seizures, confusion, and problems with sight or hearing," according to the Mayo Clinic. So her health and her capacity to perform the most basic functions of this job already in grave doubt, just further degraded by the health complications that she is suffering, including brain inflammation. And, it is a very sad story, but you also see, and we'll get into this part in just a second, the way that the political class, Nancy Pelosi in particular, but a bunch of California Democratic elites are using her as a pawn to get their own way in terms of politics. And it is just, obviously, it's just grotesque at this point.
Yeah, well, that is the part where I thought we should spend time, because this shows you how craven and repulsive these people are.
Yes.
They are literally willing, let's put this up there on the screen. They are literally willing, Nancy Pelosi has deployed her own daughter, who literally does not work for Dianne Feinstein in any way, to be the primary caregiver and to shepherd her away from the media. Now, it is clear here that what they are trying to do is drag her literally across the finish line, regardless of her mental faculties, because if she were to resign from office, Krystal, Governor Gavin Newsom has said that he would appoint a black woman. And if that black woman, who currently would be very likely to be appointed, is Barbara Lee, who is running for the Senate against Adam Schiff. And guess what? Pelosi endorsed Adam Schiff. Therefore, if her and her henchwoman, her daughter, allow Feinstein to go, then it's very likely that their chosen Adam Schiff candidate will not be the next senator, because whoever gets appointed to the seat very obviously would have a better leg up in the overall primary. I mean, look, am I wrong here? Or is that not the most obvious thing about what's going on? The moment you learn it's Christine Pelosi, Pelosi's daughter, rolling her around the Capitol.
It's not Christine Pelosi. Nancy Corinne Prouda is her name. It's her oldest daughter. But yes.
I apologize.
Still a Pelosi daughter.
Yeah,
yes.
Pelosi daughter. Who's rolling her around the Capitol. How can you possibly think, this is not what's going on here?
Well, and you will recall when Congressman Ro Khanna, also of California, began publicly calling for Feinstein's resignation. Remember what the Pelosi people said to the press and what Pelosi said. Number one, she called him sexist, which is disgusting. Number two, they insinuated that he was the one with the political motives because he supports Barbara Lee. I don't know if he's publicly endorsed her or not, but, they're clearly more ideologically aligned. He likes Katie Porter, Barbara Lee, more than he likes Adam Schiff. And so they accused him of having the ideological and political motive here. Well, that was clearly projection. I mean, they're the ones who are, this is elder abuse at this point, propping up Feinstein and at great risk to her own health and, survival, length of survival, to come to DC and face this kind of intense media scrutiny and, long schedule when she should be at home recovering and enjoying the last years of her life. So it really is disgusting to see the way that they are toying with, the people of the country, toying with their own constituents in California, hamstringing the work of the Senate. And also this woman that they, really pretend to revere. This is incredibly damaging for her, and no doctor would recommend that she go and serve in her capacity as U.S. Senator right now, because she is so clearly not up to the rigors of that job.
Yeah, well, I actually even read more about how unfortunately, many of the people who Feinstein still at this point is able to recognize and to trust are all gone. Her former chief of staff, he's gone. Her husband died very recently. That was a big blow, but he was one of the only people who very likely could have been like, hey, Dianne, it's time to hang it up. Like, we got to go. And she won't do it. Her own kids, and apparently, but also Pelosi and others who could do it just won't. And so I think it's obvious. I think it's very obvious what the game is here.
All to get frickin' Adam
Schiff
as senator.
Oh.
I mean, that is gross on every level. It is so gross. This person that you consider to be a friend, and you're doing this to her in service of your own political agenda.
And that's the thing is, why else would her daughter be the one chauffeuring her around? There's no other reason. Yeah. Especially whenever
they're very close for a long time.
No. Okay? Yeah, she just appeared out of nowhere just to wheel her around the Capitol. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.